Hey y'all, Chris Funk here. Since I'm stuck at home for at least 12 weeks according to the docs, I figured I'd go ahead and try to work on a couple projects that I've been promising. I know my first video this year I caught some fish on a inline buzzbait that I was working on, and then with my redfish video I caught them on an inline spinner. So I was going to work on the buzzbait today, just to kind of show you guys, hey, you know, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And my thing was, you know, I love buzzbaits, love throwing a buzzbait, and to me, I really like an inline buzzbait a whole lot, especially around any kind of nasty cover, and especially being able to run them weedless with the soft plastic behind them. But I mean, I was looking at these things and they were just, you know, ridiculous prices for what folks were asking for them. So, you know, I don't know what you could end up building them for. It's cheaper, but once you do build one and catch something on something you built, it kind of offsets the cost too, because it's kind of like, I don't care what they cost now. It's mine. I like it. I'm designing it. I'm going to use it. So, and that part of it's cool. But anyway, I'll go over the parts and then we'll put one together. This is just something I wanted to show you how to do, because it might be something you could tweak it and make it special for you. So let's look at the parts and we'll see what we can do. All right, first thing you're going to need is a split ring. Now, these are 50-pound tests. That's a pretty good size split ring. You know, I figure you'll be fishing some pretty strong cover, so I want something I can get them out with. I like these the screw lock type hooks. These are 4/0 and 1/8. I will most likely go to a 5/0 in the next set that I build, because I like these a whole lot, but I like to have a little bit more bite in the hook, but especially if you're using a fatter soft plastic. Alright, buzzbait blades, of course you cannot go wrong with black, but I've got them in black and silver. You're going to need beads of some sort, the hollow metal beads. These come in all sorts of various sizes, so you can go too big or too small. These are probably on the too big line, but I don't have a problem with anything hanging up on them, and everything spins well. You're going to need looped shafts. Now, I don't know how well you can see that information on there, but this is a 4-inch shaft, 0.035 wire. It's a pretty heavy wire, which is what I want, because I don't want these things bending up too bad, and if they bend, I want to be able to straighten them back out. Alright, this is and I'll see this little tiny thing. This is a buzzbait rivet, the blade rivet. This is going to be the last thing that goes on, and you're going to crimp that on the back of the wire. Now, as far as tools go, you can see, of course, I got split ring pliers, because I hate fooling with split rings. Y'all ain't even going to get to watch that part. This little pair of pliers is a wire forming tool. Now you can see when I grip it that it goes down into the jaws. That's going to help make those loops. Now, they won't be fancy loops, they won't be as pretty as if you use a wire forming tool, but this does a really good job, and I like the product. And a decent set of snips. So just that's us to start. Now let's start putting everything together. I know y'all can hear my neighbor over there weed eating, and I'm sorry about that. I was getting a little stir crazy in the house, so I figured I'd get out and work on this project. Apparently he was too. So, but I'm going to show you. We just sort of going to build everything together. We're going to put one bead on, put the blade on, right behind, and I like to follow with at least 2 beads. You know, maybe 3. You don't want to go crazy on this end, but the 2 beads is real nice, just because it gives you a little bit of extra space, you know, between your blade and your hook, and just say if you get any weed fouls, it tends to give you a little bit of extra room. So, but that's going to be there. All right, now I'm going to follow up with my crimp, my little sleeve that goes on here. All right. And all I'm going to do, don't crimp this tight. Now, don't snug it up. Back it off a little bit and just mash. And don't go gorilla on there, because I have cut these things. So I just give it a couple mashes, and see, that holds it. Still plenty of room. It's plenty loose. If you get this too tight, just kind of wiggle it back. But that gives you plenty of room for that blade to run. Alright, now let's start working on our loops. Alright, I'm hoping that you'll be able to see this. But that little bow, remember I told you there's a little hook in them set of pliers. So what you're going to do is come down a little bit, and you're going to start a bend. Alright, once you start that bend, you see what it did. Alright. Alright, now I'm going to turn it to the other side and start coming around. And I'm going to work that loop. And I'm going to bring that loop all the way back across itself. Alright, see I don't know how well the camera will focus on that, but that's what it does. Alright, now I'm going to tell you this right now, every professional lure manufacturer out there probably just soiled themselves because of that crummy loop. I have yet to have a fish complain because my loops weren't perfect. So take that as with a grain of salt, but trust me, as long as they're strong, it don't matter a hill of beans what they look like. Alright, now I already put the split ring on the hook because I didn't want y'all having to watch that, because I didn't want this to be an R-rated flick. Me and split rings don't do well together. Alright, so I've got that all together. Now I'm going to get my other pair of pliers and hold this and do the bends on it, do the wraps. Alright, now this part helps to have a pair of pliers that's got a little bit of a flat bill to it. But all I'm going to do is rotate that around, straighten as I go, twist that around on itself. Alright, so you see there, all of it's done. Now, there's not much tag end left on here. You know, I don't worry a whole lot about that. If you have tag end off and you use cutters, be smart. Wear eye protection, because those little wires, when you cut them, they go flying like crazy. So just, y'all be safe while you're doing that. But you can see, I mean, that is a good inline buzzbait. Now, you know, depending on which bait you choose, that's that little rage swimmer there. Come up. Son, I'm telling you right now. And that critter right there will work on green fish, it'll work on redfish, you name it. But, oof. Come on, leg, heal up. I got to get back on the water. I hope this has been good for y'all. I hope it worked out good for you. And if I can help, just holler at me. You know, it's been neat playing with these things, and I've actually had them out a few times and caught some fish on them. Just makes me even more excited to get back out there and try it some more. But super simple. I think Lure Parts Online is where I bought all my stuff from. It worked. They had everything I needed. Got it all in one time. The shipping was good. Shipping was quick. So you know, I'm anxious to build some more stuff, but I'm even more anxious to get out there and try it. So y'all take care. I hope this was good for you.